I came from Mexico in 1992. My was born and raised in Mexico. My father was born and raised in Mexico. We were brought here by our stepfather's friend. He basically, I think, said that we were his kids, which he did have kids, and I guess he used their papers to, say it was us, and they brought us over like that.
Him being here, again, is no fault of his. He's here because he was brought here in hopes to make a better life for him.
The United States is a nation founded on immigration. However, with every new wave of immigrants, social and economic pressures often cause a backlash.
We have a border that is the source of the principal amount of cocaine, heroin, marijuana, and meth coming into this country. But we should also be holding the government of Mexico accountable for the exportation of 15% of its population over the past 20 years into this country. They're exporting poverty. They're overcrowding the mayor's schools in Los Angeles. They are creating a crime wave, in point of fact, in certain parts of the country.
I'm 22 years old, and I'm an illegal immigrant. People cross the border and choose to risk things because their situation at where they are, family issues, economic state, just crossing the border to them it's a better life, a chance to be something, a chance to accomplish a dream or something in life.
I understand those people that say, oh, you shouldn't be here, you can't be here, you're an illegal. They're right. I can't say that they're not. Why? Because that's the laws, that's what the law says. People who say that they're right, his family came in the right way. We could have done that. Why didn't we do that? They didn't know our circumstances, they didn't know our situation, they didn't know our problems. Now, we could have done it the right way, but that's the way my mother chose to do it, That's the way the cards were dealt, I guess.
Well, there was one thing that really got me angry about not being about being an illegal immigrant. I was going to pick up a friend, and it's a friend that always gave me favors. So I was like, fuck it, I'll return the favor and I'll pick her up from work. And we went to her house and just chilled. But before we left, my mom out of nowhere she stopped. Well, she tells me, oh, every time you go driving, you're taking a risk. And I knew it, and I know what's gonna happen and everything, but I don't know, it just got me pissed off and I got emotional. And it wasn't I got some tears, but I was more mad than sad. And because it's she I don't want to live a life where I have to fear or I have to worry about oh, I'm gonna get arrested or I shouldn't be driving because I don't have insurance or anything. That's besides the point. That's anybody in the United States. But the fact that all of a sudden she said, I know you're just trying to live a normal life, and I kind of I don't know, when she said that, it kind of hit me, and she was kind of right.
The first thing that went through my mind was the fact that he was going to have trouble getting a job again, especially in these hard economic times, number one, but more than anything because of his migratory status.
sometimes like when it really gets to me, it's when I hear about like you know, people that I know who are just like complaining about the stupidest shit that they can't do, that they wish they can have a better job, and these are people born here, you know, citizens, and it really pisses me off because I don't have the chance. Like, they can do whatever they want to do. They have that chance. I don't. They can just go apply for financial aid, go to college, you know, go do all this. Now I can go to college, but there's a certain point where I can't pass it because, to be honest, I was just afraid to apply for college, or I was afraid to go to college because, you know, just with my social, they were gonna know. Why? Because it's a federal funded school. I have to basically apply twice as much because why? Because I have to struggle a lot more, because let's say I was a citizen, okay, your social security, okay, it's correct. They're not even gonna, I would have probably got an interview after that. After that, it's just getting the job or not. With me, it's like, I didn't even get that interview. I didn't get that chance. Why? Because my social security was bad, so I never got that. One of the first interview I had, like, it was a lady, and just, she knew right away. She, you know, she looked at my application, she looked it over, and you know, the job that I worked for 4 years, you know, she knew right away, okay, this guy, you know, he worked there for 4 years, you know, he has some credibility. You know, as soon as I got there, she knew I was nervous, like, just right away. She told me, oh, you're pretty nervous, aren't you? And I was like, yes. And she's like, you probably never had, like, this is probably your first interview in a while. And I told her, yes, I am. So it's like, I kind of felt good about it. So, and after that, I got comfortable with her. And when we were doing an interview, she, you know, she liked the person I was. The second interview I got was from a general manager of the place. And he wasn't really too emotional about it, or whether to say that, you know, he liked me or not, or maybe I got the job. I don't know.
If you're here and you're here for X amount of years or illegally, and all you've done is nothing but good things as far as work and be nothing but positive to the community, to your city, to your township, to your state, to the U.S., then I think you should have every right in the world to be here.
As soon as I saw him home, it just hit me. I was like, holy shit, you know? I don't know how much money we got. You know, are we gonna be one of those people that, you know, have to foreclose our house? And I love that house. So it's like, we've gone through so much shit, you know, and we've been through how many places, we moved around, and we're still here, you know? Like, somebody's helping us. Like, I know Bob's gonna get like a job position and we're gonna be good. You know, it's just that thought of like, oh shit, you know, what if it doesn't happen? No, I don't want to think like this. All I'm gonna do is think positive. You know, I know he's gonna get a job somewhere. I know he's gonna, you know, come back on top, and it's gonna be good. I thought about it, but what's there? There's nothing there. My family's there, but as far as Mexico's economy, as far as Mexico's workplace, as far as Mexico's like just society or lifestyle, I've grown up in the U.S. I'm like, I guess you can say I'm American, but I can't say it because I'm not documented American. What do I know? I'm forgetting Spanish. I sometimes have to remember how to say some stuff. Like, it's hard. It's like, I don't know.
People like Ito who never had a chance to grow up over there, well, I know in his heart, I know he feels that he's a lot more American than Mexican because he's known nothing of the Mexican life. His whole life he's lived it the American way.